My name is Phatsimo Mosimanegape. I'm the assistant manager at the Student and Alumni Affairs Department. It's a department in Bush University, Gaborone campus. My focus there is on employability and entrepreneurship development. I'm part of what is called the Career Strategy Workshop, which is part of Education Collaborative. Education Collaborative is a Pan-African platform where universities across Africa get together to share ideas, share experiences that really veer towards the development of a student until they are graduates. I have been a mentor with the Career Strategy Workshop starting in 2024, and I started there as a learning facilitator. I was learning from a great lady called Coletta Macharia, together with a team of other learning facilitators, where we were learning how to facilitate universities that are only getting introduced to career centers or career development strategies, and really guiding them on the steps in order to implement or even start and establish career centers in their universities. What we did is we worked with a couple of universities that were actually trying to establish career centers in their different universities, and in guiding them, we take them through a career strategy. It's a 1-year work plan on what they need to implement in order to establish a fully-fledged career center. It's not like a one blanket fits all, because we look at the different gaps within each university's needs. So I was assigned a university that I worked with. I can't recall the name at the moment, but in working with that university, we were looking at the current challenges in the university and trying to see what they needed to do in order to, establish new solutions that can actually help them establish the career center. What they mentioned is that they did not have a career center at all. There was not even one person who was dedicated towards career development services in their university. So this was a fresh thing for them. And what we did is, I was working with a doctor. He's a lecturer, but because he shares a passion of developing students beyond classroom life, he wanted to set up the career center. So we were working together throughout the 7 days that we were there, going through the career development work plan, or the career center development work plan. And what we did is we looked at the gaps, we looked at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, the SWOT analysis. We did a SWOT analysis for the university. We established that the university at least has a buy-in from the Vice Chancellor, who is willing to establish a career center because they've seen the need. And after that, we looked at the low-hanging fruits, that is, the immediate projects we could do that could introduce career development to the students, and for them to get a sense of what career development means and what learning beyond classroom means. So it was a very successful one. I remember that the success that stemmed out of it is that we saw the university winning a career fair grant from Education Collaborative. So that was the first successful event that they did as a result of the work plan that I guided the gentleman on doing. But it doesn't stop there. The journey continued just this year, when we now went to Rwanda, where we met with other universities. This time around, I was assigned as a mentor who has been trained. I was working with a university called Muhas. It's a Muhimbili University of Agriculture. It's based in Tanzania. It's a very large university, 11,000 students population, very larger than Both University. But what we established with Muhas was that though there might be career development initiatives that are done, they are done in silos, they are done within schools. For them, it's not like us here at Both University, where we have a university and faculties. They have different schools of medicine because it's a large population university. But what you'd see is the deans within those schools have a little thing that they do towards career development. But you do not see the results and the impact because it is in silos, there's no synergy. So what they were trying to introduce is a very centralized career center where all services can be provided and we can be able to measure the employability of the graduates. This was a very exciting one. I was working with 2 equally youthful employees from Buhas, and it's a work in progress. We are waiting for the results, because what is happening now is We have only just kick-started our one-year work plan, and it's an ongoing process that will end in 6 months. Remember, I went to Rwanda just, I think, 2 months back, and in coming back, I've been working with the team throughout, gradually just to see if the work plan we created is now unfolding well into implementation. So that is pretty much what the career strategy workshops are about, and my role as a mentorship really is to handhold the people who are trying to establish career centers in their universities. I started last year doing this mentorship, and I started as a learning facilitator. So the university that I was working with actually got a grant from Education Collaborative. It was a career fair grant, and as I did mention, this is a very exciting thing because you could see now the career work plan that we've been doing unfolding. But the other things that excite me is the aha moments as we are working through this, that I see from my mentees as they realize that this could actually work. It's a simple thing, but it can actually solve a lot of things. So these are some of the exciting things as a mentor that I get to experience. But it's not only that, just learning from other universities, because I also borrow ideas from them too that I come back here to implement as in my role as the assistant manager at the Student and Alumni Affairs. So those are some of the very exciting things in being part of this journey. I'd like to also just share a bit on how the little things that we do at the Student and Alumni Affairs Department as the career development practitioners contribute towards demystifying employability across sub-Saharan Africa. You know what? The little thing that you do, just looking at a student's CV to, boosting their morale before they go for an interview. We'll take them as little things, but they actually contribute very much towards an employability of an individual young African. I've seen a lot of young people who have gone through or who've passed through what I do or the work that I do, the services that I provide, really, blossoming and becoming very employable, competitive young people across the globe. Some actually working in companies outside of Botswana, outside of Africa, globally, in your US. Some actually have made friends with ambassadors because they've learned networking skills through the services we provide. Some are articulate in speaking because they now speak in big stages because of the work they do with us. I've seen some of them traveling to the African Union, being ambassadors for Botswana as young people because of what we do. And you will take it for granted as you do it on a daily basis. But as you see it unfold, you see the 4 years that a student has spent in both university and now becoming a graduate, becoming something great, something very impressionable, something you wouldn't have imagined because of the work we do. And of course, it's because of the both the graduate profile that we impart in them.